Welcome to the virtual Helene Cody Scholars Expo. My name is Linda Morris, and I am a founding board member and mom of Helene. The Helene Cody Foundation was founded in response to the unexpected passing of Helene in 2008. She had committed her short life to community service and volunteerism. The Helene Cody Scholars carry out her legacy of love and service through their independent community service projects. Since its inception, the Helene Cody Foundation has made a large impact on the Central New Jersey community. The mission of the Helene Cody Foundation is to inspire youth to volunteer to better their communities and themselves. The Helene Cody Foundation is a 501c3 charity and is located in Cranberry, New Jersey. Together with my daughter, Jenna Cody, we welcome you to meet these fantastic youth and how they are making an impact in their community by conducting their own independent community service projects.
The Helene Cody Scholars are a select group of high school students in Central New Jersey who have innovative ideas and the passion to change their communities for the better. The students have completed leadership training and have worked with a mentor to plan and execute a significant community service project. Each student has brought passion, planning, and hard work to their projects. They've demonstrated adaptability and resilience by completing a project during the COVID-19 pandemic. In many cases, the projects have directly addressed needs that have arisen because of the pandemic. We're very proud of all of the students who have come up with creative ways to use their skill sets and learn things outside of their comfort zones to make an impact. They've done their research, communicated with community leaders, and worked diligently to bring their ideas to fruition. Tonight, each student will present the project they conducted and the lessons they've learned. The students will be available until 8 p.m. to answer any questions you have, so please ask any questions in the comments section. Ellie Nam, a sophomore at Princeton High School, will talk about her project where she created an activity booklet for elementary school students that shares some ways to prevent the spread of COVID-19.
Hi, my name is Ellie Nam, and I'm a sophomore at Princeton High School. My project for the Helene Cody Scholar Program is called COVID-19 Booklets for Kids. My goal for this specific project was to spread awareness about the current pandemic and educate children on how to stay safe from the virus. I really wanted to focus on working with kids because I think it's really important to instill best sanitation practices at an early age. My thinking was that it would have the most impact to already make it a habit when they were younger, so that they could remember this later in life, even when there isn't a pandemic. Over the course of several months, I've created a short COVID-19 activity booklet that hopefully conveys information about the pandemic in a way that is engaging and fun for children. I made sure that all my information was from the CDC website and other credible sources. This here is my sketchbook where you can see me planning and drawing out all the characters and extra elements to go into the book. And then this is the document I made, drafting the outline and layouts of the booklet. I then used an editing app to cut them out so that it had a transparent background, and used Canva to design everything and put it together. This is what my camera roll looked like while I was doing all the editing and organizing. I then put them all onto a document and then got 200 copies printed at Staples. These are how the final booklets turned out, and the activities I've included are a maze to get to the sink to wash your hands, a design your own mask coloring activity, and a word search with common symptoms. I also really wanted to include art into my project because it's something I really love, and I thought drawing would make them more interesting. This is everything together. The booklets are printed out on a material that is slightly thicker than regular printer paper, so that students would be able to use mediums besides crayons with lower risk of bleeding through. I also ordered a pack of crayons to go with each packet so that they could use their own crayons to complete the activities without having to share and possibly risk infection. These were then distributed to the local elementary school teachers and nurses, who later told me that it was received well by the students and that it was fun for them. It was really cool to hear that, and I'm actually making more right now because some of the nurses wanted more, so that was cool for me. And I learned a lot through this whole process and experience. One of the most important was that communication is key. I had to reach out to a lot of different people and fact check my information with nurses and other healthcare workers, as well as different people within the organization and teachers too. It made me more comfortable communicating with people I haven't previously conversed with before, and it let me make a lot of new connections. The second thing I learned is that it's really important to be able to adapt. My project was almost a completely different idea in the beginning, and then it went through a lot of changes because of some things that came up, including changing information regarding COVID this past year. I also realized just how crucial it is to adapt the way you communicate information to fit your audience. It's really important to me that younger people are taught how to stay safe, especially in a worldwide pandemic where they aren't eligible to get vaccinated yet. I tried to help with this by sharing information in a way that would make kids receptive and was hopefully fun for them as well. Overall, I'm really glad I did this project because it helped me with my leadership skills while also allowing me to impact our local community in a hopefully positive way. So, this is my COVID-19 Booklets Community Service presentation. I'd be happy to answer any questions about anything I've done through the email I've listed here. Thank you so much for listening about my Helene Cody Scholar project.
Dhruv Balaji, a sophomore at Princeton Day School, will talk about his project called Spectrum Robotics, where he taught robotics and STEAM skills to children on the autism spectrum.
My name is Dhruv Balaji. I'm a 10th grade student at Princeton Day School, and my project is called Spectrum Robotics. Spectrum Robotics is a nonprofit organization with the goal of exposing children on the autism spectrum to the various aspects of STEAM, as well as presenting them with an opportunity to develop stronger social skills. Our classes not only expose them to challenging material, but also help them connect with their peers in different ways. We have created 4 different levels of curriculum and teach kids of all ages. Spectrum Robotics serves children with autism around the country and has served over 50 kids so far. Children with autism have so much potential in the field of STEAM, but are rarely given the opportunities that they need in order to excel. Spectrum Robotics tries to provide these opportunities for as many kids as possible by providing slow-paced classes for children on the spectrum that otherwise would not get involved in STEM. What inspired me to start Spectrum Robotics was actually an experience I had volunteering at a local tennis club, teaching tennis to children with autism. I remember really vividly that the kids had to pick up the balls, which is usually a task that normal tennis players groan at. However, these kids, they had so much fun picking up the balls, they zoomed around pretending that the cart was a race car. And this really got me interested in autism. So after that, I did some research and I found that I was really intrigued by the great potential I saw in those kids. After that, I did some research on opportunities for children on the autism spectrum, and I found that in my area, there were tons of opportunities for neurotypical kids, but there were not that many for children with autism. And I found that especially within the STEAM domain, science, technology, engineering, art, and math, there were an even more limited amount. This inspired me to start Spectrum Robotics. Starting Spectrum Robotics has allowed me to further develop my leadership skills, learn to plan ahead, and network. I've also learned a lot about autistic learning through this process, but above all, the main thing I've learned from this experience is how to communicate effectively with children on the autism spectrum, how to ask insightful questions and teach through conversation. This has been such an amazing opportunity, and I'm super thankful to everyone involved and really excited to see where Spectrum Robotics will go from here.
Tess Staples, a sophomore at the Petty School, will talk about her project, where she coordinated a series of donations of brown bag lunches to address food insecurity in the pandemic.
Hello everyone, my name is Tess Staples and I'm a 10th grader at the Petty School. The project that I've been working on is Sandwiches for Smiles. During COVID, I saw food pantries were struggling to provide meals for families due to unemployment and children being out of school. I reached out to Rise asking if they would be accepting meals, and they said that they were. I created a sign-up genius and promoted it on social media platforms, as well as sending it out to family and friends who would be willing to participate. I had 5 to 10 people and families sign up each week, to make 50 brown bag meals. In these brown bag meals, there was a peanut butter jelly sandwich, a small drink, a snack, and a piece of fruit. Every Sunday, I collected the meals from the people's homes and dropped them off at Rise the next morning. This project impacts Hightstown families in need because it provides food and security. I specifically chose the Rise Food Pantry because I go to school in Hightstown and it has given so much to me, so I wanted to give back to it. With the grant from the Helene Cody Foundation, I was able to bring this project to my high school petty. One night, about 25 students and I set up assembly lines and collectively made about 400 meals, which were dropped off at Rise the following morning. It was a great experience, which created an awesome sense of community while doing good work. From this project, I have learned that despite being one person, I can affect many people. All it takes is the courage to set forth your ideas and begin. So far, I have been able to collect over 3,000 meals to donate at Rise. I plan to continue this project for as long as I can, and I am so grateful for the opportunity to be part of the Helene Cody Foundation. Thank you.
Gavin Mavortis of the Petty School developed Flag Junior or Frontline Appreciation Group to provide appreciation bags for police officers and crossing guards.
My name is Gavin Mavortis. I'm a sophomore petty and my project is Flag Junior. This stands for Frontline Appreciation Group for Youth in Cranberry. The project focuses on finding ways to support our frontline workers, giving young people a chance at help in their community. It was first created during the pandemic to help medical workers, but has grown with the help of the Helene Cody Foundation. The group has created over 300 fuel bags, which are brown paper bags with encouraging words and include a protein bar, sweet and salty snacks, a piece of fruit, plus a note of thanks. These bags have gone to the Elms and Park Place Center facility. In addition to this project, appreciation treat bags for all members of the Cranberry Police Department were made for Halloween. The treat bag included gifts from letters from many local businesses in Cranberry, including Teddy's Restaurant, Zina's Bistro, Italian Touch, Studio 43, and many other groups. Working on this project has shown me how much people love to help and be involved in the community. Learning this, I will continue to put out opportunities to thank local frontline workers. I have learned many important lessons from this project and look forward to what's next.
Vanisha Shaikh, a senior at West Windsor-Plainsboro High School South, will talk about her project, where she taught and created a series of coding workshops for girls.
Hello, my name is Vanisha Shaikh, and I'm a senior from West Windsor-Plainsboro High School South. And today, I'll be sharing with you all my Helene Cody Girls Crack the Code project. My mission to help bridge the equity gap in technology first started through my Girl Scout Gold Award. And now, through this opportunity with Helene Cody, I was able to bring new STEM enrichment opportunities to underrepresented students in Central Jersey. By taking a stand on diversity and inclusion to narrow the gender gap in technology through my initiatives, I was able to foster a sisterhood peer mentoring system, encouraging my team members to take on bigger roles in the programs we do, and enabling us to learn and grow together to help move our community towards technology equity for all. Collaborating with the WWP robotics team, the Midnight Inventors, I recruited and trained mentors, delivering 25 sessions of instruction. Organizations Ask for IT, RISE, and African American Parent Support Group helped me reach a targeted audience of 160 girls from grades K to 10. These workshops aim to educate and empower girls by introducing them to concepts of web development, computer science, and entrepreneurship. Girls chose a world issue they cared about and developed a possible solution in the form of a website using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and CAD. These skills culminated into a final project where girls presented their websites, business plans, and logos in a Shark Tank-style virtual showcase. With a twist, everyone's a winner. The most inspiring part of our programs was inviting and interacting with women in STEM speakers. Our diverse panel of women helped to ensure that there are role models for all groups of students to look up to. Towards the end of the workshops, girls expressed their interests in STEM careers and excitement about how they can incorporate technology into their own interests, from interior designing, writing, journalism, and even fashion. The humbling and heartwarming feedback we received from participants across the workshops really expanded my vision of what an inclusive and diverse tech world looks like. And as a passionate advocate for greater involvement in STEM, I hope to continue to instill a joy of technology and bring more girls into the magical world of technology. Thank you so much to my Helene Cody mentor, Dr. Gooden, and the Helene Cody Foundation for providing me this opportunity to serve my community. I look forward to using the knowledge I gained and the skills I developed to continue to help make a difference in the world, no matter how small or big it is. Thank you.
Irvi Bokhari, a senior at West Windsor Plainsboro High School South, will talk about her project where she led a series of public speaking workshops for girls.
Hello, my name is Irvi Bokhari, and I'm a senior from West Windsor Plainsboro High School South. I chose to conduct public speaking classes known as Speak with Irvi. Speak with Irvi is an interactive community project which aims to empower students by helping them develop the necessary public speaking skills needed for everyday situations. To give a brief overview of the project, Speak with Irvi hosted 2 virtual workshops, and both were spread across 5 weeks respectively. The first set was from July 10th through August 7th of 2020, and the second set was from March 14th through April 11th of 2021. Each workshop was divided into 5 sessions, and the topics that were reviewed include body language techniques, voice modulation, influence and props, word choice, and introductions and conclusions. During each hour-long session, the time was split up between instructional and interactive practice time, so that students could apply skills that they were learning and practice the techniques that we just went through. And at the conclusion of each workshop, so on the 5th day, students were able to show off their skills during a presentation day where they could speak on any topic of their choice. In total, Speak with Irvi has been able to reach over 80 participants throughout New Jersey. And these are some of the screenshots from our past sessions. Finally, I wanted to take some time to reflect on some of the lessons that I've learned throughout this process. First, I wanted to talk about how I learned how to craft curriculum and engage students virtually. So this included navigating online platforms and exploring ways to incorporate new activities and lessons each session. In a similar manner, I was able to learn how to teach students with an interactive component in the lesson plan. I also learned about the impacts of public speaking in terms of its necessity in everyday life, and how it really does have the power to enhance communication, leadership skills, and allow students to develop their confidence and really grow as people. I chose to conduct this community project because when I was younger, I participated in similar classes and found that through the process, I was able to develop my own self-confidence and become a better communicator in all parts of my life. With this project, I hope to provide a similar platform for students to develop their own sense of self. Thank you so much for listening.
Donovan Muhlakis of Petty School developed Skeet's Closet to provide baby clothes for needy families.
Hello, my name is Donovan Muhlakis, and my project is called Skeet's Closet. So what is Skeet's Closet? Skeet's Closet is a mission in the First Presbyterian Church of Cranberry that provides baby clothes to those in need in the greater Cranberry area. I settled on the name Skeet's Closet because the church already had a food pantry which is called Skeet's Pantry. My project began as my Eagle Scout project, where I converted an unused room inside the church to fit the mission of Skeet's Closet. This entailed cleaning out and repainting the room, as well as researching, purchasing, and assembling the many clothing racks, tables, and conducting an initial town-wide clothing drive to collect inventory. Here's the before. Here's the after. Now, The infrastructure for the closet was in place, and I had a small inventory of clothes, but I had yet to really start distributing clothes and get the word out about the closet. That's where the Helene Cody Foundation came in. They really helped me grow the closet. I already had plans to work with Rise, an organization in Hightstown, and the Helene Cody Foundation helped me out a lot with getting that started. Working with Rise, and the people coming to the church asking for clothes, I was able to give out 64 outfits and 42 sets of pajamas to 39 different kids over the school year. While I had a decent inventory of clothes, it was difficult having enough to give generously to every child, and the budget the Helene Cody Foundation gave me really helped me fill those gaps in the closet. Finally, I organized another clothing drive with CP&S, which was very successful. It took me many work sessions with lots of my friends and other youths to get everything sorted out. This project has been invaluable in teaching me skills such as leadership, planning ahead, and time management. Also, it has taught me a great deal about working and collaborating with other people. It is nice knowing that what I am doing is actually helping people and making an impact in other people's lives. This project has had a big impact on my life, and I will continue running the closet for as long as I can. Thank you for watching.
Akshay Patel of Princeton High School developed and built desks and window boxes for the needy.
Hi, I'm Akshay Patel, and I'm a sophomore at Princeton High School. My project with the Helene Cody Scholars was to build various home essentials out of wood for people in need. My dad has helped me to hone my woodworking skills over the past year, and I think the people we delivered to really appreciated the extra effort and customizability. So my project wasn't always on this track. When I came to the Helene Cody organization with my proposal, it was actually originally for a virtual fitness program for elementary school students in the area. I also reached out to Cranberry School to get in touch with my old coaches and provide a mentorship and additional fitness class for middle schoolers in their cross-country season. But COVID took a huge toll on the incoming class of athletes, and their season ended up being much more open. I held a few classes with the elementary students with some success, but figured it was time to switch gears. I wanted to include this because it was such an important part in me learning how to properly work with people and advertise a service or product. I thought of other skills I had and remembered how my dad taught me woodworking. I proposed a desk design, and the Helene Cody organization set me up with the Rise organization in Hightstown in order to find people in need of a home workstation in the age of virtual learning. First, I drew up a design and sent out a Google form with specifications on size and other customizations. The first order was to a family who wanted a standard-sized desk with the top hutch for books and laptop storage. I cut the legs out of glued up 2x4s, which were tapered to give a cleaner look. Then I ran over the top with a plane and routed the edges for a softer feel. I'd originally anticipated a higher demand, so we wanted to make the materials affordable, but still put the finishing touches of a higher-end desk. My dad advised aprons connecting the legs, which we did, and connected with a tool called the domino. This cuts a mortise into the side of a piece, which a tenon or domino is slipped into to create a super strong joint. We finished with the hutch using the same board as the tabletop. Screws were recessed and covered over with oak plugs for a cleaner look. Next, Rise gave us word that they needed new flower boxes for their storefront. They had planned on having a spring decorating event for local kids, but this too was canceled because of COVID. Instead, I was commissioned to make 3 cedar window boxes. Rise provided me with a plan from which I derived a cut list for each piece that I needed. My dad and I also went to the storefront to measure the windows' dimensions.
Then we cut the 12-foot boards into 6 7.5 by 30-inch boards, as well as 3 5.5 by 30-inch boards on the table saw. We ran these over the joiner, which levels all sides of the boards. This is important because a lot of cheaper stock tends to warp from water loss. We again used the domino to join the sides and bottoms, and screwed and plugged in the sides with oak as we did with the disc. I sanded, drilled drainage holes, and routed, then spoke with Rise about a way to attach the boxes to the wall. Unfortunately, they were not able to put them up as of this video, but if you are interested in seeing them in use, you can swing by the Rise thrift store anytime soon. This project was such a great experience in growth, service, and collaboration, and I want to thank Mrs. Morris, Jenna, and my mentor, Mr. Cartione, for making it possible. I also want to thank everyone at Rise who helped me and congratulate the other scholars. Thank you.
J.P. Kinney of Princeton High School developed Books and Barks, where he coordinated high schoolers to read books with their dogs to hospitalized children.
Hi, my name is J.P. Kinney, and I'm a sophomore at Princeton High School. This is my dog Miley, and she's just chewing on her toy. For my Helene Cody Scholar project, I created Books and Barks, which is an online library of students reading children's books with their dogs. This library allows kids staying at the hospital to listen to students read really fun books, while also getting to meet their dogs right from their hospital rooms. I was in and out of the hospital a lot when I was younger, and so I know how small things like this can make the experience so much more bearable. I chose to do this project because of how much I would have loved something similar to it when I was a kid. It means a lot to me to make these kids have a better time during their stay and to put a smile on their faces. In order to start this project, I reached out to the high school students with pets and asked if they would be willing to read a story for me. Everyone was super excited to record one, and we soon set up recording times. I picked out age-appropriate books and dropped them off at their houses, and we set up times that I could record them with their pets. I used Zoom to record, and I uploaded the videos to Vimeo. I created a website called booksandbarks.org, where I uploaded the videos to the website so that they could be easily accessible for the kids in the hospital. I then created a card that could be handed out to the patients so they would know how to get onto the website. Ms. Charan let me know that the Cranberry United Methodist women wanted to donate a brand new Chromebook to my project. With the Chromebook, all the children in the hospital would have access to the stories. I spoke with the pediatric floor at the Princeton Hospital in Plainsboro, and they were very excited about receiving my donation and thought the kids would love listening to the stories. They loved my idea, and I wasn't able to go up to the floor to donate the Chromebook, but because of COVID, but I dropped it off and they were really happy to receive it and learn about my project. I really hope Books and Barks will have a positive impact on the children staying in the hospital.
Adwaith Hariharan, a sophomore at Biotechnology High School, will talk about his project, where he fostered language and social communication skills in an after-school club for children with special needs.
Hi, my name is Adwaith Hariharan. I'm a sophomore at Biotechnology High School in Freehold, New Jersey, and I'm a Helene Cody Scholar. My project is Building Connections. The mission of Building Connections is to foster language and social communication skills through the medium of STEM education in children with autism spectrum disorders and other communication difficulties. Based on evidence-based neuropsychological research and in working with the renowned ABA practitioner in developing the various programs within the project, Building Connections includes multiple elements that work in a holistic way. It works to foster language and social communication skills. It fosters STEM inclusivity within the special needs community. It meaningfully engages through communication. It connects the neurodivergent and neurotypical peers through friendship, and it promotes through peer leadership an inclusive community that values all individuals as contributing members of the society, regardless of the challenges. Through working with a renowned ABA practitioner in developing the program and with the help of trained peer volunteers, Building Connections was able to reach over 150 special needs individuals in the community through various organizations and schools. I conducted both in-person and virtual socio-educational STEM classes and camps in this past year. These camps and classes included the gamut. They included using Lego blocks to foster social communication while building cars, boats, animals, etc., and engineering motors with them. It included bridging the gap within the special needs community through differentiated STEM instruction to foster STEM inclusivity. It included conducting classes in basic science concepts, introductory coding classes, and using Minecraft to teach topics in engineering and physics. In greater parts, it included bringing to light the science, the engineering, and technology behind the daily use of objects and activities, and using them as tools to meaningfully engage participants in social communication. And last but not least, by taking what they've learned out into the community by donating their time and effort through inclusive volunteerism. The highlight of this program was that not only did the 150 individuals benefit from this program, we were able to take the impact further into the community through inclusive volunteerism and impact close to 250 people and their families. What started out as a socio-communication STEM inclusivity project evolved into an impactful social experiment, shattering the myth that individuals with disabilities can only receive service and cannot give back to others. Little did I know or imagine that a social language STEM activity involving plain old peanut butter would morph into the group assembling and donating a little over 100 lunch bags to a local food bank during the pandemic when food insecurity was at its peak. Empowered by the success of lunch bag donations, participants of the program went further by assembling and donating 100 blessing bags containing hygiene products to local shelters during the pandemic, thus impacting close to 250 individuals and families in their own community through inclusive volunteerism. They led from their strengths rather than their weaknesses that everyone perceives when they hear the term special needs. Their purpose-driven enthusiasm and spirit of giving has taught me the true meaning of empathy and the fact that even a smallest act of kindness is worth more than the grandest intentions. I plan to continue my project and the mission of my Building Connections by breaking down barriers and through STEM inclusion, help connect communities from all walks of life to engage in a shared purpose. I hope that as a neurodiversity advocate, I can generate more STEM inclusive opportunities for the population. I hope to be a voice to advocate for the strengths and talents of individuals with special needs rather than focusing on what they can't do. Thank you.
Congratulations and great job, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us to learn about the class of 2020 to 2021 Helene Cody Scholars. Each of these students has fulfilled the requirements to earn a $1,000 scholarship from the Helene Cody Foundation upon graduation. Next, I would like to congratulate the graduating seniors that were part of the program either this year or in previous years, who are receiving scholarships this year. Congratulations to each of the following students, and best of luck with your endeavors next year. First, I would like to congratulate Irvi Bokhari, who will be attending school at Northeastern University next year. Next, I would like to congratulate Arjun Chakraborty. Third, I would like to congratulate Flynn Kinney, who will be attending school at Bucknell University next year. Next, I would like to congratulate Ishva Mehta, who will be attending Rutgers University next year. Next, I would like to congratulate Isabel Sethi, who will be attending school at University of Chicago next year. And finally, I would like to congratulate Vanisha Shaikh, who will be attending Georgia Tech next year. Congratulations to everyone. I'm excited to announce that we are now accepting applications for next year's class of Helene Cody Scholars. This program is available to rising sophomores, juniors, and seniors in high school in Central New Jersey. The application can be found at helenecody.com, and the link is also in the description. Another exciting announcement is that the Helene Cody Cranberry 5K and 1 Mile Fun Run will be held in person this year. It will be held on the morning of Cranberry Day on September 11th. You can sign up by searching on runsignup.com or by clicking the link in the description. Thank you so much again for attending the virtual expo. We appreciate your support and we encourage you to ask questions and share words of encouragement in the comments section of the video. The students will be responding to your questions from now until 8 p.m. Thank you so much for attending and have a good evening.